Hey guys, it's Seabass. Today I'm going to do a bed liner kit in a 94 Nissan pickup truck. Sanding is already done, so I'll go ahead and explain the sanding to you before we get started on it. Just kind of walk you through the whole thing. It's very easy to do. Anybody can do it. If you have any kind of skills of putting tape on a car and some plastic down the side of it, you can go ahead and do this. Some kits you can get on eBay with a gun for a whole kit to do a bed for like $125 with a gun. It does take a decent sized compressor. I've done it with a 25 gallon, I believe it was. Two-stage compressors, I think 5.1 CFM. And it'll do it. You kind of got to stop in the middle of it while you're doing it. In these hot temperatures, it does kind of flash quick. And what you're going to have is you're going to have shiny spots and dull spots if you don't kind of match it up pretty quick and overlap it right. But as for that, it's a very easy product to put down. The biggest thing is prep work. Make sure your prep work is good. Make sure your bed is oil free. You want to take it and degrease it, pressure wash it, get up there with a brush, scrub it out, and then go at it with 36 to 80 grit paper. Scratch it up real good. It doesn't matter if bare metal's showing or not. Even if bare metal is showing, it'll cover it right up. It's designed to seal right open. All right, guys, here's the bed we're doing. I've just got it painted. I've still got it up on my bed rack, so we're going to go ahead and do this so we don't have to mask off the whole entire truck. Like I said before, even if you have to, no big deal. Here's what we're going to be using. It's going to be called Raptor liner by U-Pol. This kit will come with the box. It'll come with 4 of those. I believe they're 1 quart or 1 liter, and 1 of your hardeners. I've just got 1 of them out right now, but there's actually 4 in here. They say 4 is going to do a whole truck bed. It does a small size pickup truck, S10 Ranger, so on and so forth, really good, including the rear of the tailgate. If you want to go ahead and do a full size truck, I'd go with 5. If you're going to go with an 8-foot bed, I'd go with 6. Like I said, this gun right here will come, you can buy it with it. Very simple gun. I don't have my regulator on it right now, but you do want a regulator on it. All right, guys, I've already prepped the bed up, so I kind of missed showing you that part, but it's very simple. As you can see, very deep scratch marks. All right, very deep. You want to get all the shine off of it. You want to get everything that you can, all the dirt, grease, grime, and everything out of it, of course. But you want deep scratches. This is a high building product, and it's going to stick to it a lot better. As you can see, I've got raw metal. Doesn't matter. It'll go right over that raw metal. On this particular bed, as you can see, they've got the caulking in here. Mine was pretty cracked up, pretty broke up, so I went ahead and just bought a tube for I think 13 bucks. It's well worth it to reseal everything up. On the sides here, I just resealed it all up in here. Got the high tack professional seam sealer. Go ahead and seal all that up, because if you go ahead and spray the bed liner in it, if you got your bed separating or stuff coming apart in it, and it does not get sealed, then you're still going to have moisture in there, and you're still going to get some rust coming back through. So go ahead, spend $13, just put it in there. It doesn't have to be pretty. As you can see, I just jammed it in there because once we spread the bed liner in it, it's going to have a texture in it, and you're not going to be able to see all of it. All right, guys, we're going to start to mask this off here. You can do it wherever you want to. If you want to do it to the inside of the bed, leave the bed rail, the cap on it here, the truck color, paint color, that's fine too. If you want to lip it over, do that as well. On this truck, I'm going to lip it over because it is going to kind of be a work truck in a way. You can measure it. There's a bunch of different ways. You can get chalk line, pop a line down through there. If you got good eyes, just eyeball it, just run a line of tape down through there. On mine, I've got an extremely sophisticated tool. You might be able to find these. I don't know if they're available yet. Sharpie on a paint stick. That gives me about the distance I'm looking for. I'm just going to run it across the top of the bed, make a line all the way down it, all right? Just make sure you hold it level in one spot, kind of touch your bed. Just walk right down through it. All right, here's our Sharpie line down through there. Look at the difference. I'm using 3M green tape. I've always used this in auto body. It peels off real good, but also has a really good adhesion. You don't have to worry about it peeling your paints up or anything like that. And it's, like I said, it still has a good stick. It'll handle it'll even handle wet sanding. If you've been mask off an area or something like that, just to wet sand a spot, this stuff works great for that. That's all you're going to do. Is that right there? Then we're going to come back. You can use paper if you want to. I just get a roll of just some thin plastic, and I'll just plastic all this up, because that gun, it doesn't spray, have an overspray per se, but it just kind of just throws it out, just in clumps and stuff like that. And it's like a tar. If you start walking on it, get on your hands, it's real tarry feeling. So you want to make sure you don't get it on the side of the bed. If you do get it on a painted surface, no biggie. Before it dries up, get yourself some reducer. My favorite is brake parts cleaner. I use brake parts cleaner on everything because it dries without a residue, and it won't hurt the clear coat on it as long as it's not sitting on there for days. Okay, here's just the line we got around it here. Then I've got to drop down where it's going to go to keep all that paint in there. If you wanted to, you could turn all this in here into bed liner too. It's up to you. This is really just, it's what's cool about this kind of stuff is it's up to your ideas on how you want to do it. So next thing we got to do, see the shiny? Can't have any kind of shiny. We need to get all that. Like I said, on this right here, just make sure you get it straight, because once we get to the sanding part, there's no turning back. Not without a lot of work. And I put a lot of work into this and don't want to do it again. I did paint this in my driveway, so if you guys see some dust in it and stuff like that, try not to hit me too hard on it, because it's just a driveway job. It is a base coat, clear coat though, with a HS clear. Running Omni paint system, and it is the original color of the truck, which was TK3. All right, you're going to want to take your paper to get yourself a definite edge. Know where your edge is, because when we get up here, you want to put that edge just right along there, and kind of just run it right across. Try not to hit the tape, because it will tear up the tape, and you don't want to tear up your straight line. That's kind of what you're looking for right there. Okay guys, we've got everything masked off, ready to go. Just kind of show you here. Quick and easy. Run some plastic down to it. The tailgate masked off, ready to go. This Prep-Sol. Make sure you wipe down the whole job with Prep-Sol before you start. Blow it off with air. We've already done that. Got everything wiped off, blown off with air. Now we're going to get ready to mix up some stuff and start shooting it. All right. Here's our hardener. This right here is going to be what we're going to spray. Basically, it's really simple. If you open this up, you can see down inside of it. You're going to put hardener up to this line right here. Once you do that, all you're going to do is just put the cap back on, shake it like crazy, get all that hardener mixed up in it. Right now, I'd say it's probably about right here. So we're going to fill it up to this line right here with hardener. This isn't so critical that if you get just a little bit too much or a little bit too less, it's going to mess up your whole job. You don't have to worry about that. Shoot this up for 2 or 3 minutes. I like to back this out a little bit so I know that when it screws on there, I'm getting this to the very bottom of it. Basically, lock her down on there. Make sure your nozzle's tight. All right, we've got everything sprayed. We've got the main part of the masking taken off. Now the critical part is taken off. The first layer of tape you put down. There is a magical moment in this. You want to take it off at a certain time. If you let this sit overnight, you'll be out here with a razor blade trying to find your line again, and you're going to mess up the whole job. So I'll go ahead and show you kind of what it looks like when you're pulling it off. I hope we didn't wait too long on this one. Kind of pull just like I'm doing on this one here. You don't want to do like normal paint and pull down, because you'll pull little strings off of it, kind of like you see in here that when we started off. So you want to pull level, if not just a little bit up. Okay guys, we're all done. Didn't manage to get any on the actual paint job itself. Got everything off in time. Like I said, that magic hour, it is very important that you get that off. You kind of see some of the texture build up there. It's not near as thick as a rhino lining, but this is also, I bought this kit for 85 bucks. So I already had the gun. So, I mean, for 85 bucks, you can't really beat it for the protection and how it looks. It does look good. Just when you're spraying it, kind of play with it. You'll see you don't want to stack it up. You kind of want to keep away from it a little bit. For a bed off of a 94 truck, I mean, it turned out pretty good. I just kind of went right to that edge with the paint, with the bed liner on this one here. Let's see if I can get an angle down here. Kind of see it down through there on that top edge right there. We ended up using about 3.5, give or take. Yeah, about 3.5 bottles here. It pretty much takes about 4 to do a small bed like this, a Ranger, a little older Tacoma, an S10. So you see, if you step up into a full-size bed, short wheelbase, it's going to take probably 5 to do the tailgate too. And then if you step up to an 8-foot bed, you're really going to look at about a 6-part kit to get it done. To get it done right. This is 2 coats, and you just lay one down, lay one right down after the other. All I do on this here is I'll start right here on the sides. I'll work my sides and top rail all the way around. Then I'll come back, work it around again. That's my 2 coats. Then I'll come in the center and just work the center out. About halfway, reach back up again and dust the second. And then that way I can work myself out. On this stand is a little high. Some of the beds, if they're lower, you can just lean right over the side and go ahead and spray it all at one time. But since this bed stand's a little high, that's kind of why I did it like that. But I put 2 coats on everything. It took almost the full kit. So, all right, clean up pretty simple on these. What's nice about them, throw that away. Wipe off all the excess that you can. That's just on there. Kind of use whatever you want. I'm just using scrap around the shop. Lacquer thinner or reducer, either one. Of course, lacquer thinner is going to be a lot cheaper, gun wash, anything like that. So all you're going to do is stick it down in there. You're emulating what you just did. There she is, clean as a whistle. Wipe down the excess. You'll be good to go on it. I hope you liked this video. If you did, smash the like button on it, and I'll try to get some more videos out to you guys. I appreciate it for watching.